Hello, everybody. We're here for another wonderful episode of the great family owned businesses of Queens, Northeast Queens, and today we're here in Bayside, down at the Bay Terrace Shopping Center in front of Alicia's, another wonderful family owned business, been here for 2 generations. Today we're going to meet Robert and Lena, and maybe the dad, Michael, who kind of hangs around a lot. But it's just a wonderful family. It's a wonderful business. You should all come down to Bay Terrace and meet them, but right now, before I get killed, let's go. Come on inside, and come on inside, and we'll go inside and we'll meet them. We're down here at the Bay Terrace Shopping Center at Alicia's Jewelers with Lena and Robert, her son. They've been here for 30 years serving this community, and I love meeting you, and I love getting to know your story and getting to introduce everyone at Bayside to you. So, Lena, it's a pleasure meeting you. This is Robert. Lena, how long... So you've been here in Bay Terrace for 30 years?
Yes, 30 years. Can't believe myself, but it is 30 years.
30 going on 40, seems like.
And when did you immigrate to America? How long have you been American?
Well, that's it. I think it's a typical immigrant story. I came to the United States in 1979 with my little daughter and my ex-husband, and basically...
And your dreams of having a son, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And basically worked as a computer analyst in one of the companies in Manhattan. Met my husband, who is a jeweler, in Diamond District. He was working very hard as an immigrant, like basically day and night. And he had a dream to open a jewelry store. I joined him actually in 1983. And we opened a little store in Lynbrook, Long Island. When this store in Bay Terrace became for sale in 1986, and it was a beautiful store, beautiful area, beautiful community, we decided to come here, and basically since 86 we are here. We're here.
Look, that's 1986. They came to Bayside, and they've been wonderfully serving the community for a long time. And now, Robert, you've joined with the rest of your family in helping to run the business. Tell us what you do and how you do it here.
It just depends when. When I was a toddler, I just picked things up off the floor, little diamonds and whatnots.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, they're just diamonds laying around on the floor.
Yeah,
and Robert's like, I'll just pick this up.
The 80s, they weren't worth as much as what they're worth now, and sometimes you dropped one and you didn't pick it up. So that's what I was doing. But now, customer relations, buying, sort of strategy going forward, times have changed a little bit. We have to change with the times, and that's more or less what I do here.
One of the things that makes me the most honored to be with these people is the fact that I love that it's a family-owned company. You're a second generation, and be prepared to blush. Something that we love about family-owned businesses, where you could go to Macy's and you could go to these other big jewelers, but you come to Alicia's, this is what you get. You get a first generation whose husband was a jeweler, and they've been learning everything they can about jewelry, about customers, and about the industry. What they know, they've now passed on to Robert. Robert brings his own new breed of wisdom and understanding. So you get a kind of a service here that you don't get anywhere else. I came in, and Robert said, he looked at me and he said, look, I know my customers, and this is the watch for you. I've been looking for the right watch for a really long time. Robert showed me the one.
Longines, yeah, I remember that.
He picked out the watch that couldn't have been any better. Rose up at iSupply picked out these glasses for me. I love them. It just made a world of difference. Robert did the same thing. He just showed me. He said, no. I'm looking at you, and this is the watch for you. But tell us how that feels and what you know about it and how you judge people.
I try not to judge people, but it's like, what are you wearing? What are you doing? What's the purpose of this watch? Is it for sport? Is it something casual, elegant that you have more use for? Do you need something dressy? And I spoke to you for a few minutes, and I kind of got an idea of what you do, when you do it, how you do it, and there's only X amount of things that I think work for that. And the first one I showed you, you loved, and the magic happened.
He nailed my style instantly, and that's what you get when you get a family company with a second generation and a third generation. We just came from Subaru when they have 3 generations in the car business, but so that's the kind of thing that we love that happens around Bayside. So second generation, first generation, and we're going into the season.
That's right.
Tell us, you have any what kind of new trends or anything are happening in jewelry that people might want to know about and get in front of?
A lot of stackable stuff, a lot of mixed metals. People are doing, different color metals, rose with the white and yellow, tricolor. A lot of geometric, open triangles, open circles, things that you would have never thought to see in the 90s, things that were much heavier. Now they're a little bit more open and airy and a little lighter. There's some interesting trends going on in the jewelry business right now.
80s, there was also Peretti, right? All of a sudden, everything was also Peretti. But is there any new designers now that are kind of hip and interesting to watch?
Allure's always been actually ahead of the trend, even in the 80s when I believe they started in the 80s, right? Yeah, they were doing things that were always a little bit on the edge, and they're still doing that. That's a good designer to talk about, actually. While styles do come back, especially in jewelry, hopefully the clothing of the 80s stays where we left it in the 80s, because that was not a good era for everyone.
And certain things are better left behind.
Absolutely, yeah. The workout clothing, that needs to stay. The Fila tracksuits, that needs to stay. So,
I wore some of that stuff, by the way.
Yeah, we all did, but those photos are burned. So.
So let's go take a look at some of the store. But before we do, I want to thank both of you. You helped, these people were leaders, this family were leaders in Bayside's movement to help animals and help save animals. And I want to thank you both for the donations that you made to Pet Food Lifeline. When you come to Alicia's, just look in the front door and you're going to see the thank you letter, because they made a wonderful donation to help our Bayside movement to help save animals. So I want to thank you both for that on a real personal basis. That was great.
It's our honor for that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Very nice meeting you too.
Very nice meeting you too.
Thank you.
Thanks.